Good evening, my children. It is I, the Lord of Darkness. I am here tonight to celebrate the joys and triumphs of Thanksgiving. That's right. I see you all out there. Look, there's little Bobby. There's little Joy. There's little Tommy. And there's Bernice. Bernice, you've gained so much weight. Oh, please go to the gym once in a while. But anyway, we're here tonight to bring on the joyous week that is Thanksgiving. Because we all have very, very, very much to be thankful for. I have the darkness! And you have your family and loved ones who appreciate and know you dearly and think that everything you do is joyous bullshit. I know better, of course. And that's that. Just wanted to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving.
It's
People of
a
Earth.
pleasure to be seeing
People
you.
of Earth.
Yes, people of Earth, how are you? Welcome aboard another episode. We will be, as usual, rambling about movies. We hope you
Yes,
like
that's
it.
what we do here.
Daryl is back.
Yes, hi everybody.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Why, it's so good to see you, sir.
Very
Mr.
nice to
Mr.
see you.
Picard of
That's
Christmas.
me.
Here he is, the man of the minute. You son of a... All right,
Why
good.
don't you get into the frame more here, you old fogey, you.
All right.
Old
It is
bugger.
This is a little bit bright here, as always.
It's okay.
And of
Let's
course,
just...
ladies and gentlemen, to your health.
You know what?
Another
I'm gonna-
fine episode.
I'll have some time.
That's right. This is, in fact, episode...
Number 61 in the year of our Lord,
The Rat.
2017.
17.
And we're here before you to stand behind you to tell you
Yes.
something we know nothing about.
Yeah.
So we are here once
I don't know
again,
anything.
Mr. Christopher.
Another
We are giving
fun-filled
thanks
week.
this week.
We are.
Not many of us do, but some of us are.
I'm
And
always
as
thankful.
Yourself?
Yeah.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for a lot of things, actually.
Like what?
Like my health, for one. I'm
Okay.
thankful that...
What a nice cliche that is.
No, but honestly, it's important to mention. I'm thankful for
Well, I suppose it is.
the friends and family that I have, especially a certain person standing next to me.
Oh, God.
I'm very thankful that we have this wonderful show to do together every week.
You know, so do I.
It's
It is
really a great
it's
joy.
a cool thing, man.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's
You know,
evolving.
we do this
you
show,
know?
and nobody gives a goddamn. Nobody watches us.
Some
Nobody
people
cares.
do.
In the eyes of the world, we're a minusculian fart on the gnat's balls.
Well, I'm going to flip that comment to how about the people that do watch are the ones that are in on the know and everybody else is missing out? Because
there you go.
I tend to think that we're doing a damn good show.
Well, there you go.
And I don't care if people don't like it.
And
Eventually,
I don't care if people
they're
think
gonna
we are doing a good show or we're not.
they're gonna find out about us because we're gonna keep growing. So
You think so?
I think so.
Well, you
Just
know.
like that Woody in your pants. It's
I
gonna
have an
keep
inflatable
growing.
sheep, and that keeps growing my,
It's not too bad.
bad. Should I introduce the inflatable sheep, or perhaps save that for another time?
Well, it's up to you. Are you willing to
Not at the
introduce
moment.
her?
No, I don't want
to
to
your
introduce-
audience?
No, she's very shy.
He keeps a Sharia law in this house. Nobody's allowed to see
Yeah,
her.
maybe later, maybe towards the end, I'll bring her out.
It's a Sheepa law.
It is indeed a what?
Sharia sheep. That's not that great. It's okay.
Oh, that was
It's
horrifying.
a terrible joke.
It was very, very bad.
But I like bad jokes, though.
Well,
They're-
all
they're
right.
the best.
Well, we know that's for sure. But anyway, so I guess we'll begin the show.
We're gonna begin the show.
We're going to begin the begin here We have wonderful stuff to review tonight. We have Mudbound, which is a new Netflix film.
Yes, Netflix original.
Just made it onto Netflix.
It did.
It's in some theaters right now.
Is it really in some theaters? I didn't
no,
know
it
that.
is. No.
I know it was a
watch
big hit at Sundance. I know that.
If you watch the advertisement, oh shit!
Why are you calling
No, I'm
somebody?
not calling. I accidentally. Oh God, I'm calling somebody I didn't want to call.
He just got a cell phone for the first time.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He just got rid of his rotary phone last week.
I did indeed. So.
You know what? I wonder if there's an app for your phone that makes your keypad a rotary. I bet you that exists.
A keypad,
like a rotary for the phone, for the cell phone.
Oh, that could be.
I bet you that exists. I'll look into that.
I don't know. But yeah,
but
what
anyway,
else, what else
have,
do we have to...
We have Justice League we're going to be covering in a few minutes. The fourth film
that is
on the list for this evening.
Well, Justice League is the main film.
It is, but we're not going to cover it till...
It is the big opening of the week, absolutely. Yeah. Did I mention Landline, which is kind of an independent little film starring the illustrious... her name is... she's Jane Widows is her name. No, her name is... She was in...
oh, you're talking about Jenny Slate?
Jenny Slater.
Slate.
Right.
Like a slate.
Great little kind of...
yeah, no, she's talented. I like her.
Comic kind of movie.
She's the on-again, off-again romantic partner of Chris Evans.
Chris is also going to do a film that got just horrifying reviews, so I'm very interested on his take on Tulip Fever.
Tulip Fever, I watched.
Starring the beautiful
Alicia Vikander.
Alicia Vikander, who
and
just
Christoph
married...
Waltz.
Just married
Michael
Michael Fassbender.
She's Mrs. Fassbender.
She is indeed. I'll bet she gets her.
Now here's a long name for you. My name is Alicia Vikander Fassbender. That's got some ring to it.
You know.
Miss Vikander Fassbender, your bakery order's ready.
How does it feel to be on your own? A complete unknown.
Yes, that film is coming, Complete Unknown.
There we are, Complete Unknown, with Rachel Weisz and Michael Shannon.
And I'll also be doing a movie called Thumper.
He'll be doing Thumper. I'll be doing
then a couple flashbacks.
A South Korean film tonight called The Villainess.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about, actually. It's kind of a remake of Kill Bill in an ultra-violent fashion.
Okay.
He's going to go back into the depths of hell and pick up Barfly with Mickey
Barfly.
Rourke, the old Charles Bukowski, kind of a
and you're doing a French film
biopic, and I'm going to do an old Francois Truffaut film,
so people can fall asleep to that review.
From 1972, is it? 73. Very
73.
Well. All right, so we're going to start the show. Thank God. We've got a few people out there already, all set to call it a night and to sit here for the next hour and 4 minutes and watch this horrifying event unfold before you. So therefore, we shall begin with the new Netflix original film, Mudbound.
Would you like to give a brief synopsis of the storyline?
I'd be happy to. This is a film set in the Deep South.
Mississippi.
It's Mississippi. Well, it was up north a little bit. I'm not exactly where it started, but they end up moving.
Oh, to Mississippi, yes.
Carey Mulligan.
I think it starts in Missouri. And it goes to Mississippi.
Carey Mulligan plays the wife, the husband.
Jason Clarke, Australian actor, who seems to be in everything these days.
And you know something? He's going to be playing Ted Kennedy in a Chappaquiddick.
They're saying it's outrageous.
And you know something? He's just got that, let me say that. He's got that Kennedy kind of look.
I can see it, yeah.
Broad face, that kind of look that the Kennedys had.
That's true.
So I'm very anxious to see that. But this is a film basically about, it's the setting for two young men. One is black, one is white.
Yes.
This is back in World War II.
Yes.
And they go into Germany to fight the Nazis under General Patton, etc.
Yes.
One of them is flying in the air. He's a fighter pilot.
And
doing
the black gentleman is a tank guy.
Correct.
He's in a tank.
Doing battle with Messerschmitts and so forth. And, this is an acting film delight, I will say. Cinematography off the Richter scale.
Beautiful to look at.
Beautifully done. I'll tell you, also in this film, there's a black family who lives on the farm.
They work for the family.
Yes, this is very much a racial...
It's about
a racial exploration film, no question about it.
Yep.
And I was very impressed with the performance of none other, Mary J. Blige.
Yes.
Plays the mother,
she
Florence.
Was excellent.
She blew my mind. I got to tell you
something.
Very good. But this is a racial tension kind of
movie. I thought everybody in this film was very well cast.
It was beautifully done. I did like everything about this movie. I really did. Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. When I first started to watch it, I thought, oh boy, because it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
It took a little
long,
bit to get into it.
And I thought, oh man, this is truly what this job entails. Homework. Yeah. Sometimes some films are homework.
I agree.
And I said to this guy, I said, we really should watch this movie. It's getting rave reviews. It got a 7.2 on IMDb, and I don't know what.
Plus, it's always good for us to stay current to what's trending and what's new.
We gotta stay focused, dude.
You know,
dude,
online.
We gotta
more
stay
than
focused.
anything. I almost say, honestly,
Yeah.
it's probably almost more important to be up on what is current on streaming platforms
I know.
than the theaters in some capacities, because that's where the real juice is.
That's where the real audience is.
Well, that too. The audience as well, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody's downloading stuff, watching
Listen,
on their
just
phone.
because you went to high school doesn't mean that you have all the answers.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's
Mr. HD sunglasses?
Yeah, there you go. Oh no, hard def sunglasses. There you
What
go.
a marketing piece of garbage that is.
These
HD
are
sunglasses.
Harley Davidson. They're not high def. They're
Oh,
Harleys.
okay. Because I've seen ads for that high definition sunglasses.
No,
and
they're-
I roll
they're
my
Harleys,
eyes.
man. They're Harleys.
I understand that they're Harley.
They're Harleys, yeah.
It just didn't have their traditional logo.
No, that is their traditional logo.
Really? I thought it was Harley Davidson written out in words.
Well, that's if you're wearing the
Well,
coat.
they could fit it along the long stem of the earpiece.
Yeah, but it's a big kind of a wingy thing.
I
I
guess.
mean, you know, it's got the crest, etc., and so
Okay.
forth. MUDBOUND, I like this film very, very much.
Yeah.
I thought it was really beautifully done. It does get a bit graphic towards the end of the film.
Ooh.
You know,
Some things occur.
Some things occur that are very racially motivated.
Yes.
I will say a brief cameo by the KKK is always in order.
In these kind of movies,
in
yeah.
these kind of movies. And I gotta say, our father, the guy from
Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan
He
Banks,
plays
holy mother
Such
of God!
a hateful racial bastard in this
He
movie.
is horrendous.
I hated him in
and
this
you know
movie.
something? I did too. And every time
Great
he opened,
actor.
every time he opened his mouth, you just go,
It
"What
was
the hell is he gonna say now?"
something
to,
horrible.
to ruin the whole mood of the film.
Like, you know, this is a point that I wanted to say to you about this movie and to the audience.
To your health, my friends, the
You know-
fires of hell.
Yes. When I
sorry.
watch these movies about the racial struggles that obviously are still occurring in this country, but especially back during slavery times and, you know, in this particular era as well, the audacity and the stick up their ass nature of white people back then in the South. Like, they had such an issue with this young black guy just walking in and out of the front door of a convenience store that they're going to try to kill him. It's like, get the fuck
was a big
out
deal,
of here.
though.
I know, but I just can't comprehend that kind of just blatant hate just for the sake of it. And it pisses me off so much, that kind of
Many
stuff.
of the American people, though, in this country at
Ugh,
that time,
I
when
know.
slaves were brought into this country, many people didn't want them.
I know. They took affront to it. I
It
understand.
was the rich people that wanted them because they're the ones, they were the plantation owners. They're the
know.
ones that had the bucks.
Yes.
They're the ones that said, yes, let's bring them in. We need
Free
them working
labor,
and so
I
forth.
know.
And exactly. So they gave these people a place to live and so forth, and it was a horrifying thing. One thing I did not mention is that the crux of this film is these young black man, son of the family who's
Yes.
living on this farm, and the other. It just so happens that they, you know, that's incredible coincidence. You have to admit that both kids left from the same family, basically, that lived
came back, yeah.
literally a half a mile apart, or whatever, they lived apart. I mean, the black guy was the son of the black family who lived on the farm.
Yeah.
He moves to a farm that just so happens his brother goes away and comes back to the same farm that the black guy's on. Come on, that's a little high.
Well, but
high
yeah, but
ten-
it's not like they knew each other overseas. They met, you know, they were neighbors. You know.
Well, this is true.
I mean, how many?
Yeah, you're right. I'm
how
pointing
many,
out
how many towns in America lost children on the same street?
I'm pointing out a
to
fiction
wars?
part that really doesn't make sense. I apologize for my
It's okay.
stupidity.
Not
It
everything
had
you
to be
say
from
can
somebody.
be astute.
Nobody can be as smart as you, buddy.
Yeah, that's
so, you know, it's so true.
But anyway, I thought it was
they
a very
come back
poignant
from the war,
part of the story. I
and,
liked it.
And after being treated so well over
I
in
know.
Germany and in
Belgium, where the black guy
where the
was.
white guy was. No,
The black guy was in Belgium.
no, sir, he was in Germany.
No, but he was in both.
That's where he met his babe. He had to go back to Germany.
I know, but he
wanted to go
was
back.
in Belgium at one point. Is what I'm saying. Because he was writing a letter. I'm in Belgium, and he was telling his parents all about Belgium in the letter.
Oh, okay. You sure
Yeah.
that wasn't the
No, he
the
was
other
sitting
guy?
on top of the tank.
Oh,
I'm in
very
Belgium
well.
right now.
Okay.
And then, yes, the girl was German.
Right.
That he ended up
She was.
meeting.
Yeah, well, he didn't
But I
mention
thought that, like I said, everybody was good.
Yeah.
The son, oh, not the son, but the brother that went to war. That's an actor we've seen quite a bit named Garrett Hedlund. He's been in a bunch of stuff as well.
Right.
I thought he was very well cast.
I thought everybody was
thought
great
it
in this
honestly,
movie. It's a beautifully made film.
it was an
It's,
excellent film.
And we did not mention Miss Carey Mulligan, who's
Carey-
also.
no, you mentioned her right
Oh,
at
I
the
did
top.
mention
You
her
did.
already, but
She's
I
very
didn't really
good.
talk about her as an actress. I thought she
the
was
clone of Michelle Williams in a way. They were very similar.
She's a very skinny Michelle, possibly, but you know, she's such a thin little girl.
And she was kind of mousy in this movie. Like, very
She
kind of a
was.
timid wife in a way.
She was indeed.
She did.
She was
all she
indeed.
ever wanted to do was be married and have a family. But
Very true.
you know, I
But
think
no,
that was the plight of a
that
lot
was
of
the plight of a
people
lot of
back
women. Yeah,
of that generation.
You know, they ended up being with a guy that they were with, not necessarily because
Yeah.
they loved him, because that's what they
That's
could
what you do back
That's-
then.
You know, you didn't get a guy that you really loved. You got a guy that was
could
going
provide
to
for
provide
you.
you a
You
family.
could provide a family
and-
for him, yeah.
Precisely. You know.
But I
So-
I gotta say, you know, once I got into this movie, I was engaged with it and I loved it. And
Well, he is engaged. Well, there's no question
well,
about that.
yeah.
Show him your ring, folks. Oh, you don't have an engagement ring.
No, men don't
don't
wear.
have it.
Well, some
Oh,
men
okay.
have engagement rings, but I don't.
Okay.
No, we just got our.
But not you.
We got our regular rings, but
Okay, cool.
honestly, I think this was my
Do you have
favorite.
silver or gold? Do you have gold rings? Your
She
wedding
has
rings?
silver, and I have. I actually got. I think mine was titanium.
Oh, okay.
Different, yeah. I wanted
Yeah.
something different.
Whatever Cracker Jack offered on that particular box.
Exactly, yeah.
Is
I
what
got a
you
good
got.
deal.
Very good.
But I was saying, I think that I like this film the best out of everything I watched this week. I thought it was a very good film.
It was a very well made and
It's a
and
film that I've already started telling people they need to see.
a lot of class, a lot of just
Yeah.
a brilliant.
And I
little
think
piece
it's
of
the
work.
best film so far that's come in under the Netflix brand.
Absolutely true.
In terms of film,
No
not
question.
TV show, film.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their films are not that great.
You know, a lot of people love it when I argue with you, but I
Yes.
can't argue about these points that you're making, even though they are covered by your hat.
Yes.
Basically, the biggest point of all.
Exactly.
But you know, I agree with you 100%, and we're probably taking way too long on this particular movie, but it is worth pointing out.
Well, we're going to
No-
fly
no
through some of the other
question.
films, so that's
We
fine.
are?
I think.
We can do other movies too.
Yeah, but we're not going
You
to
want to
spend...
just talk about Mudbound the whole film?
Let's
The
do it.
whole-
That's it. Mudbound the whole
Yeah,
time.
we'll talk about Mudbound. And
There's a scene where they're stuck in the mud.
there's a lot of mud in this
there is.
movie. There's a lot
But
of
here's
mud.
my question about that mud.
Okay.
Why don't they just plant grass seed? Make grass.
Well, you can if it's constantly muddy, though. You can't really plant grass in mud.
Put more
It
soil.
has to get,
I don't know,
no,
soilable
the
soil.
sun, it eventually has to stop raining, or they just
Yeah.
have to go into. I mean, because there was plenty of grass around.
Well, I don't know
and
why they
so
just
forth.
couldn't try.
Yeah,
I wouldn't live in mud. I hate mud.
Now let me ask you this: if you had to have, this is just a question between me and you.
Okay.
If you had to have your eyes poked out, your balls cut off, or your tongue cut out, which would you go for?
Oh, I know. Yeah, there's a situation like
well,
that.
don't mention that. But I'm just asking you personally.
Eyes, balls. What was the other? Tongue.
Tongue. I think it's a pretty easy one.
I'm gonna go tongue.
I'm gonna go tongue too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tongue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a. I'm surprised they offered that. There's a
Well, that
ultimatum
definitely
given.
impedes not only speech, but it impedes your ability to eat.
Ability to eat, absolutely.
Yeah, a
you
lot of
cannot
things.
chew your food properly.
Yeah.
You know, a tongue does the mastication thing.
And
And,
there goes recreational activities.
Absolutely. Well, but I'm bummed.
Yeah.
Hey, but a hey, but a hey, but a hey, but a hey, but a. So true. So true. Well, for not in receiving.
No,
but
but
in the art of giving.
In being a giver.
In the art of giving. There's no question.
Thank
about
God
it.
he's got his hands.
Thank God he's got his, you know, hey, you don't, maybe sometime, you know, you don't have to, you know, you don't never, yeah, it's true. So, okay, let us move on. We're going to move on to
On that note,
film number 2.
We're gonna do a film called Landline.
This is a film called Landline. I'm not exactly quite sure why it's called Landline. This film is a precious little gem
Okay,
in
good
the
to hear.
world of film. I truly very impressed with this film. Brand new film starring Jenny Slate. There's a younger girl in the film who plays her younger sister. Also, what's her name? Nurse Jackie.
Edie Falco.
Edie Falco plays the mother. John Turturro plays the father.
Okay.
And this is basically about a film about two young girls kind of in their sexual awakening going on. Very matter of fact.
Is
all
it a
done-
contemporary setting or like a
Absolutely
60s or
contemporary.
something?
No.
Okay.
This is set. Well, wait a minute. You know, I think you're right there. I think this is actually set in 1984.
Okay, good.
Or yeah, because the cars were dated and nobody had cell phones in this film.
All right.
So it was set back because there was a scenes in phone booths, etc. But this movie is so much fun. I loved it from the beginning. I
Sounds
didn't
great.
think I would. It's just kind of an up and comer. It gets a rave rate, like a 7.7 on IMDb, which is spectacular. It beat out Mudslingers.
Mud's close to that too.
Mudbound, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Mudbound's only 7.2, but this film's like a 7.7. So Landline is really
I'm glad you know your points.
hot little. Well, that's the one thing I remember is numbers. Unlike you, can't remember anything.
I'm not a numbers
can't
guy.
remember shit for shit.
Hey, I'm a writer, not a
I'm a
mathematician.
writer, not a singer.
But
I'm an artiste, not in the
he's
sciences.
an artiste, yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Well, anyway, I love this movie. I really did. It was a kick. It was fun. John Turturro is not one of my favorite humanoids. I put him in the same category as Ron Silver.
He's on your Tony Shalhoub
shelf. Michael Rappaport shelf of people that I just could do without completely.
Is it based just on appearance, too? Is that why? Or personality?
No. It's just his whole essence. You know, he did that HBO show,
The Night Of, and he was spectacular. That was an Emmy That was an Emmy-worthy thing.
He's a great actor, and I'll tell you this: of the 4 guys that I can't stand,
you like him the best.
I like him the best.
Yeah.
I don't dislike him I dislike him the least.
The least, I understand.
I really do. I can almost tolerate John. You know, he did. We first got attention to John Turturro with Barton Fink.
Yes.
Many years ago
Yes.
when the Coen Brothers.
I saw
Little
that.
epic. It kind of felt like an eraser hit.
Yeah, it was a cool film.
It was
Very
like
bizarre.
it was like a Coen
the ending
Brothers-
comes out of left field.
The whole fire
Flames?
thing.
Yeah, I didn't see that
was
coming.
really bizarre, but John has always kind of been there. He's just been a strange kind of plant. Wasn't he also in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing?
I believe he was in a lot of Spike Lee films.
Yeah, I believe he was also.
I think he was in that one, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But anyway, regardless. This is a funny movie, and it's always real. There is comedy in real life, and that's one of the great things about this movie. It just brings it forward also constantly. I got to give a big yes to this movie. I really enjoyed it. I hope people can check it out. It's called Landline. It's just a kick and a half. Yeah, we're stuck now. We're stuck now. I'm just looking up there. We're stuck now. But that's the way it is. Let me talk to you people for a moment. Please come to us. We love you. Don't we, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. So there you go, Landline. It's a big yes for me. I like it a lot. Okay, let me give a little bit more of the gist of this film. Both young daughters find out that Dad is having an affair.
Okay.
And they don't know who it is, and so they're kind of caught within this, and they're just kind of getting into their own sexuality themselves. Yeah. There's some great comic moments in this movie. Okay. There's a drab boyfriend.
So it's a comedy.
It's more of a comedy. It's a dramedy, but it's 65 comedy, 35 drama. So
good.
And maybe I'm probably wrong. It's probably more 50-50 drama comedy. But it leans on the comedy. Jenny Slate just gives the performance of a lifetime.
Great.
This other young girl who's in the film, she only did 7 films before this. She's like, I don't know how old she is, 15 or 16, whatever. She and Jenny look so much alike. I was very blown away by just the true manner of casting and putting a film like this together and getting just a great cast who just knows how to improvise. You can see a lot of it was improvised, and they're laughing at each other's facial expressions and jokes, just the way people do in real life, especially sisters.
Yeah.
It's a kick of a film. I give it a big yes up in the world. And now we're going to go into Mr. doing his thumper impression here. Yeah. Now this was a character in Bambi, I believe.
Well, yeah, and that's obviously what everybody's going to think of.
Is this a sequel to Bambi?
Yes, it is, except he's a drug lord.
Oh, okay.
Or a drug dealer.
Well, that's where Bambi was kind of headed, though. After Mom is killed by the mob.
Yeah, he's got no other options.
He's got no way to go.
That or he's going to drive in front of a hunter's car or something and become roadkill.
Gonna take out some of those hunters.
Exactly. So, Thumper is a film. It's a 2017 film that's now on...
It's not a VHS, in other words.
No,
it's a film.
Not. It's a film.
Okay.
It's on Amazon right now, as well as a Landline is. Actually, I think everything tonight, with the exception of
MUDBOUND.
Justice League and MUDBOUND, are available on Amazon streaming, which is nice.
They're taking over the world.
They are. They really are.
I wrote a review for Amazon recently. I had bought something from them, and I think I told you this. I put a specific review on Amazon. I said, they're destroying the entire commercial industry of stores and going to malls. The entire shopping experience is now being destroyed by Amazon. And I wrote this in the review. I said, well, they're doing a great job. I got these headphones very quickly. I got them 2 days later, Amazon Prime, etc. It practically comes, helicoptering in on a fucking drone. You can't beat it. But
now they have brick and mortar stores for the books.
They would not allow me. Yeah, exactly. They would not allow me to. Yeah, now they're doing competition with themselves by having a brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
And you don't walk in. You pay before you walk into the store.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you don't pay at the store. You pay online at Amazon.
I thought you can pay at the store, like would they just scan your card or your account I think you can pay in the store.
No, man. You got to pay, or you pay. I guess you pay.
No, you pay at the store. They've ordered the employees
there.
have a little thing that you scan your account. That's it. There's no cash.
Okay.
It's a cashless store.
Oh gosh.
I want to go in there though. It's kind of cool.
Just because you went to grammar school,
they only
think you're
sell
so smart.
They only sell bestsellers there though. You can't just go in there and get some obscure book.
Oh, you can?
No.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, you can't get. You can't.
I keep looking over there and seeing. I seeing that thing.
Anyway, let me
there.
do my review here. So Thumper, as I was trying to say, Thumper. It's a film about the drug world in Los Angeles. It focuses on a young girl who's in high school, and so she's getting involved with some of these people that are into the drug world. And
was she hit on by Harvey Weinstein?
She wasn't, but that sequel apparently the sequel is going to be about that.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, cool.
So, so the film is basically focused on this one drug dealer, played by the actor Pablo Schreiber, who's actually Liev Schreiber's half brother in real life.
Oh, really?
He's been in a lot of stuff. He's in Orange.
He's the older guy.
He's younger than him though.
He's got the blonde hair and.
Well, did you watch Orange is the New Black? He's in that. He plays Pornstache. He was in The Wire season 2.
Oh, okay.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He's a good actor.
Gives a damn.
So he plays a pretty nasty, intimidating drug dealer in this film, and I thought actually he was the highlight of the movie. He was very good.
This is about a young woman who goes undercover.
Yeah, we find out right away, fairly soon, that this high school girl actually is older, and she is a undercover cop.
She's a narc, basically.
Pretty much a narc.
Yeah.
She's trying to get into the world and get the big fish.
Right.
So it's very
played by Pablo
Schreiber.
Schreiber.
And it's kind of a standard fare. You know what you're going to get. She has a police superior in the film, played by Lena Headey from Game of Thrones. Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones. Who's very good in the film, but she has a supporting role, maybe 3-4 scenes.
I know.
Not a huge part.
I saw about half of the film, literally half of the movie.
Yeah.
It's a quick hour and a half.
Yeah, it's a short movie.
And yet I just found that the characters just weren't fleshed out enough for me.
Well, this film wants to be a better movie.
It really does.
It really wants to be.
It really does. I agree. The
direction, in a way, it wants to be something that maybe Larry Clark would have made. Maybe it wants to be that movie Alpha Dog.
Maybe.
There's a lot of things that it wants to be.
It just didn't have the guts. It didn't have the drive. The direction was faltered.
I don't know. I'm not going to fault the direction. I'm just going to say that maybe the script needed a little more
when I say the
juice
direction, I mean the direction
of the story.
Of the story. Of the fleshing out of the story.
They could have used a little rewrite, but
we just reviewed Good Time last week,
which is a film that people should really seek out.
That's a drug movie that you should really go see.
Yeah.
Spectacular piece of work.
Yeah.
This was milquetoast.
Although that's not really about drugs; it's about a bank robbery. Drugs factor into part of the storyline.
True,
meaning that there's
you
drugs
just
done.
kind of
in
felt
scene.
the drug influence on everybody in that film.
Tense movie.
It was a tense movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it.
No, I loved it too.
again.
That was a highlight.
Wonderful.
But Thumper,
Spectacular.
I enjoyed Thumper for what it was.
Okay.
It was a quick hour and 30 minutes.
As I said.
There were some moments that I thought were very harrowing and interesting. The main girl, she's very good. I thought she's another Australian actress. They seem to be taking over the industry.
They are.
But overall, I'm gonna say I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a mild yes. If you're bored, you want to watch a drug movie on Amazon, check it out.
Yeah.
There are definitely worse movies you could be seeing.
And there are far better movies
There
you
are.
can be seeing.
So don't prioritize it.
I'm going to kind of give it I didn't see the whole thing, so it's not really fair
honestly,
for me to even judge it.
there are a couple moments in this film that have a really good payoff.
Oh, okay.
There's some situations that she gets into that are kind of tough and tense, and that's good.
Yeah.
And there are some really good scenes there. That's why I'm giving it a mild yes.
I understand, but here's the true test of the warrior. Here's the true test of the gauntlet of a film.
Yes.
Crossing over through that pathway into my brain.
Would I watch it again?
And no, it didn't make it. I wasn't propelled enough to want to finish the film. I didn't give a damn about it.
Right.
I just didn't care.
See, I've been in that situation, but I forced myself to finish it out of respect for the film.
Exactly, because it's homework. We got to do homework.
Yeah.
So you people can sit there on your asses. You don't do a damn thing, but let's just turn these idiots on, see what they're talking about today. And that's exactly what we are to you. We're idiots. We sit here like lumps of flesh, of human carcass manure.
Speak for yourself.
No, I'm speaking for you.
All right.
I'm incredible.
I'm sure you are.
But you're the human manure here.
No, we're going to move on. How did you like that movie?
Burt Reynolds wasn't in it. I didn't like it.
Let us move
to the big movie of the week.
Wait.
Oh, he wants to do some fanfare.
I'm trying to do the 20th Century Fox theme.
Dun, 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 dun. I can't do it.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun,
who gives a rat's ass? All right.
That's what you're trying to do?
I was trying to do. No,
That's different.
that's a March of the Wooden Soldiers.
is.
Yeah.
You were trying to do the 20th Century Fox
Dun,
logo.
brun, brun, dun, 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 brrr.
That's not translated.
Oh, well, very well. No, it doesn't matter.
Regardless.
But anyway, the hell with that. Ladies and gentlemen, Justice League.
Justice League.
The new film. Yes, it's in theaters now. Opened up last Friday.
It did.
It is
we saw
Superman, Batman.
Aquaman, The Flash.
Where was the Green Lantern?
He
They hinted about him. They had a little clip of a Green Lantern-y character.
Where?
Right towards the beginning of the film, there's a green character, and he's
That's
flying.
part of the DC logo. They have
Yes.
all of their characters. They were all
right.
present.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just him.
Yeah, but he was there. He should be in
Eventually,
Justice League.
the Justice League evolves. Eventually, he joins the Justice League. He will eventually. Here's the reason why. He's a very iffy property. The movie they made with him, with Ryan Reynolds,
I know. I
apparently,
was hoping Ryan could show
it
back
bombed.
up again. I know.
And they're trying to keep it, a little distant right now.
I know.
So they're seeing what
But
works.
I loved it. I actually liked that film very much. And there's an extended version. It's got
Yeah,
like an
it was
extra
not
20
that
minutes.
great, in my opinion.
I really liked the film.
I appreciate
you know
what
who
they were
else
trying
liked that
to
film,
do.
ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Roger Ebert. He liked the Green Lantern.
He did? I thought he was dead by
No, he liked the Green Lantern very, very much.
Oh.
And Siskel used to yell at him and say, oh, well, that movie sucked and blah, oh, how could you like that piece of
Yeah.
crap? And Roger just said, hey, I sat there in the theater and I was entertained by it, and so was I. I like Ryan. I
It
think
definitely
he's
was
hilarious.
entertaining. I'll give it that.
And the beautiful, that's where he met his lovely bride.
Blake
the
Lively.
The lively
Yes.
part of my anatomy gets very lively when Miss Blake comes on the screen. Let me tell you that.
believe it.
Hey. But, so I did miss, I wish the Green Lantern could have showed, but that's not the movie we saw.
I know, it's true. There's a lot of things I wished for Justice League that I didn't
Really?
have.
I gotta be honest.
When I grew up watching the cartoons, so
Oh, you did?
I got accustomed to different
You mean
people.
aside from when you were watching Robot Chicken?
Exactly.
You
No.
turned off
Robot Chicken was in my 20s.
Oh.
I'm
yeah.
talking about when I was a little kid, like in my 10 and under days. You know?
Okay. I thought you.
I grew up
know
with
you're a big Robot Chicken guy.
Well, I watched it. Here's the thing. I like Robot Chicken. I watched it a bunch of times in my 20s, and now you just assume that that's all I ever watched.
You just spit all over me.
You deserve it. Because you're an assumptive person.
Oh, you're just horrible.
Anyway, Justice League.
All right, Justice League. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it was...
Did you like the film?
Well, here's what I want to say about it. And this is probably the reaction most people have. I liked it more than I thought I was. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't love it. It's by no means perfect. But
Okay.
I was entertained.
Okay.
But there's a lot of work that could have been done on this movie, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's a very bleak, dark film. I can see, thankfully, Joss Whedon's fingerprints all over the reshoots. All the dialogue, the funny moments. You know that he threw all those in there.
You do?
Yeah, because we know that he went and did the reshoots.
Well, I know that there were
and it
some
really
reshoots that
added
had
a
be
lot to
done.
it because
Yes.
I can just tell that was his line. Oh, that's his line. That's his line.
Oh, okay.
And it really elevated the film for me.
I loved this
Good for you.
movie.
I'm glad
I
you loved
loved this movie, and I'll tell you why I loved it. Okay, this is the Justice League of America. We have, we have this crazy end of the world once
Yes.
again. The old monster. This time it's a Viking with a big axe.
He was a
Comes
cool
out-
villain.
Oh,
I
he
was
a
hesitant
cool
at
villain.
first to
Yeah,
like
no,
that, but I thought it was
liked
cool.
him, and of course, he's spreading his little winged electrical.
I didn't love those things.
Flying
They were
mosquitoes.
okay.
These robot mosquitoes
Yeah.
that he has that are kind of big.
Yeah.
But this is what I loved about this movie. There's no surprise to anybody, but Henry Cavill is in the credits.
Yes.
And they kind of covered that. Because at the very beginning of the film, they show a little clip of a little kid. Superman, what do you like about Earth the most?
Yes.
Well, and he had to think, obviously he's not too super in the brain department because it took him like 20 seconds. The kid, just shows his magnificent, wooden Robert Redford incredible profile as he contemplates what he likes about Earth. I'll tell you what I like. I get a little action from Miss Lois Lane, if you know what I'm saying. But you know something? The thing I loved about this movie, and of course Superman does make a return, and I expected him to return in a different kind of way. I didn't think that they were going to bring him back.
Yeah.
I thought that he was just because when we saw the end of Batman versus Superman, we saw the rain kind of bubbling off the coffin there as it's being lowered down, like there was movement inside. And I thought that he was just going to kind of pop out of it, but no, they actually have to go. Well, I don't want to get into that.
Yes.
But
yeah, that was interesting.
The things that I loved about this movie were the quiet parts. The quiet parts when Bruce Wayne and Ben Affleck is just walking with the lovely, magnificent, heart-wrenching, boner-inducing Miss Gal Gadot, who is truly now become one of the loves of my life. I tell you something, every time I see this woman on screen, little tears of joy, and I'm not kidding.
She's really
I find her to be such,
magnetic.
as you said the other day, she's the ultimate package.
She's
and
wonderful.
you know she really is too.
She's a sweetheart.
She's so good.
She's really good in the role.
She's good.
Because I was a little critical of her.
She's the ultimate
in
woman.
Batman versus Superman.
Oh,
and then I loved her in Wonder Woman.
Okay,
she really got the role
Wonder
there.
Woman,
and now she's got it down to a science.
Now
she's great.
Now she kind of steals almost every scene she's
in. She does.
Every
I
time
100%
she's on
agree with
screen,
you.
you cannot take your eyes off her.
She's wonderful.
She's so great. But I like the quiet moments in this. I loved it.
I actually liked a lot of the exposition scenes a lot more than the action.
I totally
didn't
agree.
need a lot of that.
No, I totally agree.
I like the building of the story and the alliance. I like that stuff.
And I like the way the pacing went.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Quiet moment. Okay, big action scene. Okay, and then we cut to this bizarre Russian family who was in
it was like Chernobyl almost.
I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the whole thing started. Maybe we're trying to get a little Cold War action in there, a little dig at Mr. Who's Putin on the show here? Hey, hey. But Mr. Vladimir himself. But maybe there was a little dig at him or something. That's where the evil of the world is.
Well, they went into a not a smokestack, but the big where there's a nuclear reactor. And they had that big thing. I guess it's like a smokestack almost. That's where they were inside doing their thing.
Okay, so we have this bizarre new guy in the film. We have Wonder Woman. We have Batman.
We have
they
Cyborg.
recruit the Cyborg guy.
Which is, I'll be honest with you, that was a character that I have no relationship to.
Yeah, me neither.
I never grew up with that character.
I don't know who the hell he is.
I didn't care for that character.
I've never seen him
before seeing the film. I didn't like what I saw of him in the trailer. No offense to the actor, I just don't like the character.
Oh, okay. No,
but
I got
I'll
used
tell
to him
you
as
this:
the film went on.
the character grew on me.
Me too.
That actor, I think his name was Jay something Fisher.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
He
did what he could with it, and I actually liked the character.
But this wasn't
same thing for Aquaman, which I was not into initially.
Oh, okay.
And I liked his character a little bit.
What did bother me quite a bit was that Aquaman can fly. Why can he fly?
Well, no, he can jump really high and have force behind his jump.
Well, okay.
No, in the fight scenes, he was being thrown. Remember, Cyborg threw him.
He was flying quite a bit on his own. There's a couple scenes there where he's flying next to Mr. Cyborg Man. And they're just flying, let's go get this guy.
Well, you know what? Come to think of it, I think I remember in the cartoon growing up, he could fly.
Okay. Well, he obviously did
fly.
Okay. But I'll tell you, whenever Gal was on the screen, my fly was open.
I'm sure it was.
Hey, but that's not true.
And I'll be honest,
because they're going to fire me from PBS and CBS if I continue this line of dialogue.
And I got to say, too, I really like Ben Affleck as Batman /
I did, too.
Bruce Wayne.
I thought he was great.
I think he's excellent. I liked him in the last film.
I did, too.
I love that he's just weathered and broken and just trying to do this.
I like the scene when he picks up his shirt because he's just been thrown around like a brick.
And I'm sad now that he's not going to be continuing forth with the role.
He's not?
Not in the solo Batman movies. Now they're going to recast him.
Oh, why?
Because I just read 2 days ago that the director that's doing that took over the Batman film that they're doing next. This wants another Ben Affleck. The studio basically decided they think he's a little too old now.
Oh,
because if they're going to have a franchise now of 5-6 Batman movies...
He confirmed not long ago that he was doing the next
I just read that now they want Jake Gyllenhaal to do it.
No.
That's who this director wants.
He's no good.
So, because
he's too young.
Because what they're thinking is that, we need a Batman that can age into the role.
Right.
Because he's already in his 40s.
We can do 4 sequels with.
But the whole point is that we
Ben's
wanted an age-weathered Batman, So
I love Ben.
I think what they're going to do is have 2 different universes. He'll be the Batman in the Justice League films, and then in the solo movies, now they'll bring on a new guy.
One thing they did screw up.
Which really is annoying.
One thing they did screw up about the Ben Affleck costume is that
he missed the nipples.
No. His nose is all...
It's pushed in. He looks like, what's that dog with the pushed-in face?
A Pekingese or a pug, yeah. I mean, you see Batman in the comic strips, he's got that sharp, beaky pointed nose. But of course, you didn't really see his profile whenever they showed
Not a
him
lot,
talking.
yeah.
I liked as soon as he put the Batman costume on, suddenly it was way down here, and he's talking like Clint Eastwood, having a bowel movement, So there was,
there was a couple lines that I actually openly laughed out loud. There were some funny lines.
Yeah, there were a lot of funny lines.
There was that one
film.
line. I mean, I don't want to ruin it, I guess, but
ruin it for the people.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, come on.
There was a line that Batman said to Aquaman that was very funny.
Oh, about the pitchfork?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
he
funny.
calls him. Aquaman's like, "You're crazy. You really have a death wish or whatever." He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm not the one that bought a pitchfork." It was funny.
Yeah, right. It was kind of.
Yeah, there was some
Actually,
funny
I
lines.
heard about that.
Oh, I didn't.
I did. I heard about it like 3 days ago. Somebody ruined
But
it.
I gotta
ruined
say,
it for me in a review
I
or
was
something.
very pleasantly surprised by this film.
Amy Adams
She was
in
good
this
too.
film.
Yeah, she's always good.
There is a moment there where Mr. Cavill as Superman does come back to life.
Yes.
You've all heard about it in the actual not just the trailers, but
And plus,
people
anybody
are
with a
reviewing-
brain knows
Yeah.
they're not going to make a Justice League movie without Superman.
Exactly. He's in the film. He only shows up the last 5 minutes of the fucking movie.
No, more than that.
No, it was only like I'm gonna say about 8 minutes left in the film, and Soupy shows up. But I got to tell you something. Those scenes. First of all, he gets out, and of course, there's mentioned by the Flash. Is it gonna be?
He was
Pet
funny too. Ezra.
Cemetery?
That was funny. Ezra
Yeah.
Miller. He was funny.
Is it gonna be Pet Cemetery? No, not the Riddler. He was the Flash.
What?
The Flash. We're talking. The Flash.
I said Ezra Miller.
Oh, I thought
The
you were
actor.
saying.
No, I didn't say the
I
Riddler.
thought you said as
no,
the
no,
Joker.
No. I said
my
I said
mistake.
Ezra Miller was funny.
Shut up.
You shut up. Get the wax
Just
out of
trying
your
to create
ears.
strife so the people will enjoy our conflict.
The only way you can get the strife is if it's organic. You can't
I know
force
you
it.
can't fake it, folks. You just can't fake it. That's what she said to you.
Yeah. It's like trying to force a woman to have sex with you by jerking off into a plant. Doesn't work.
I don't know. A little Harvey Weinstein reference for you.
But I'm bummed.
But I'm paid. But I hate. But I hate. But I
How
hate.
about
but I
that
hate, but-
list of people he had? He had the ex-Mossad agents to create a hit list for all these actresses.
Oh yeah. Well, a hit list of
With
people
people
to be investigated.
Yeah, but to get stuff on them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty-
Well, that's
talk
FBI.
about-
That's FBI shit.
Yeah.
That's what J. Edgar used to do.
That's
Yeah.
very.
He used to
very-
just go after everybody. He was after John Lennon for a long
know.
time. Yeah,
Anybody who had an opinion.
RFK was after poor old Robert Kennedy. I mean, he was really
There's a
trying to
file on everybody,
bust his
especially
balls.
today. Everybody's got an
this is
FBI
true.
file.
This is true indeed.
You say one wrong thing on Facebook, oh, there's a red flag. You're on
Yeah.
an FBI list.
But the quiet moments in this film, getting back to Justice League, the reunion between Diane Lane, his mom,
That was
and
nice.
Heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I was crying my eyes out.
Really?
I
I
got to
wasn't.
admit, I was. I loved it. I thought it was just beautifully done.
It was beautifully done, but I wasn't
really
crying.
No, I was crying like a damn fool.
And I liked the Danny Elfman score. That was very good.
Very nice.
There was a couple very minuscule throwbacks to the Batman theme from the original '89 film. A couple moments. It wasn't exact,
It's almost
but
like a Jaws.
he paid homage
you know,
to it.
kind
And
of
I thought,
roaming
what's his
violins,
name?
scraping violins.
Kieran Hines was awesome as the villain,
Yeah, he was
as
good.
the bad guy.
Yeah, he was good.
Steppenwolf.
Right.
Yeah, he was very
Well, you
good.
never see his face. He could have been a whole CGI character.
It
the
is, no,
entire
but he
film.
did the voice.
Oh,
Kieran Hines.
It is a
He's
CGI
very good.
character. I should have known.
I'll put his picture up. You know, it's Kieran
But
Hines.
yeah,
You probably have no
I
idea
thought
who
this
he is.
was a solid 3-star film.
I'm going to agree with you.
I'm going to go almost 3.5 for me because
I'll go with the 3.
I really liked it a lot.
Honestly, I think it's a better. But believe it or not, I actually think it's a better film than Batman
Than
Superman.
the Avengers films. No, I don't
I
know
think
about
it's better
that.
than Batman Superman.
Well, that didn't get such good reviews, but for
But
me,
I liked that
liked
film
it
a lot. No, I liked that film.
I thought it was beautiful.
I thought it was a little messy, but I liked it a lot.
It was a little messy. The end with that stupid, we had like 2 creatures going
Oh, the
on.
Doomsday, that was dumb.
Yeah, that was
dumb.
all stupid. And when Soupy dies at the end, I keep referring to him Soupy because I feel I know him personally. After
Yeah.
watching this 1950s series all the time,
I think
with
that
George Reeves, I loved it.
Henry Cavill is an exceptional
He
Superman.
is.
I think he's great.
spectacular.
He's got such a good
So
look.
good. Oh
for
my
the
God!
role.
When he's just standing there shirtless,
Yeah.
the whole audience. There's only 4 of us in there. It was probably just me. Your little
Yeah.
gay avalanche of brain fart
Yeah.
comes out because the guy is a magnificent looking
Yeah, no,
human
he's a
being, and he's
model.
got muscles on his muscles on his muscle. I mean, he's so perfect.
And I want to say this to a compliment to the special effects department because,
Yeah.
as you may recall, there was a report that came out a few months back when they were doing the extensive reshoots on this film.
about the mustache.
Yeah, he had a mustache. Henry Cavill
Right.
was
He was doing
filming
another film,
He was filming
so
the
they
new
had,
Mission Impossible, and
right.
he grew a mustache.
They had to
And since that's Paramount and this Warner Brothers, Paramount was being a stickler, would not let him shave the mustache.
Which is so stupid.
So
'cause
they
the
had to
mustache is
CGI it out.
So easy to
What a
slap
pain
on.
in the ass for the effects department to go frame by frame by frame and take that son of a bitch
Their
out.
makeup department.
They probably covered it in the green screen paint.
Incredible prosthetics these days, and they had to have him have.
Well,
a
I will
mustache.
say this: I don't care how good a mustache prosthetic is, you can't beat an organic mustache.
Oh, I don't know, man. I've
No.
seen people wearing.
No, they
I'll
usually
bet
look
there
like
many-
shit.
I'll bet there are
And
people
scraggly.
wearing mustaches. Come on, listen. I've seen Madonna, with her mustache,
You have.
and they'll just, they'll Photoshop it out so you can't see it.
Okay.
But I love this movie. I really, from me to
I was
the
pleasantly
film,
surprised.
I was very surprised. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. And as I say, those quiet moments, them just, he and Wonder Woman walking by the lake and just having
When they share a drink, I like that scene.
They share a little drink because, okay, we did okay. And of course, we bring up Chris Pine's character in the name of Steve Trevor. And
Oh, yes, that was
Bruce
cool.
says some bad things about him and she gets upset.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, one of the best
it was a
scenes,
great
and
little
I don't
moment.
want. I'm not gonna. I don't want to elaborate on it for the audience.
Okay.
But I love that scene, with the, I guess you can say, verbal diarrhea of Aquaman. That was very funny.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was
yeah.
very-
When he
don't
said
don't
that.
say don't say
Yeah,
what
yeah,
was
that
going
was,
on.
That was
a
cool.
great moment.
You're gorgeous, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, I know. I loved it too.
It was
All right.
It was a
we gotta
pleasant
move
pleasant
on.
film.
We got to move on.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
It's
more
worth
movies
seeing,
to do.
guys.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And you know something?
And I'm very happy to say that. I'm not a hater. I'm not going in to hate it.
Okay,
You know?
and I'm going to say this also, that as far as when the Marvel films come out, the Avengers movies, I enjoyed this more.
Okay.
I enjoyed the camaraderie. I enjoyed the tete-a-tete, the little back and forth chatter amongst the camaraderie of superheroes than just the onslaught of action scenes that is the Avengers movie. They don't let up for a minute.
No, I know.
It's just the constant thing. And if we're not there watching the Avengers thing, we've got Kurt Russell back in the control booth, watching everything on, 15 different screens. It just gets irritating.
Kurt Russell, what are you talking about?
Is it Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell wasn't in. He wasn't in Avengers.
Oh, well, okay.
Are you thinking of Guardians Part 2?
Let's move on now, shall we? No, Kurt played Dad in the Guardians. I'm talking about you know what I'm thinking of? I'm talking of the Vin Diesel movies. I'm sorry. But somebody's in
You're
those.
talking about Fast and Furious.
Yes.
Okay.
Vin Diesel.
Yes.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you very much.
you went from Avengers to that one to Zero
All right,
Subway.
I apologize. But there's usually somebody. You know who's in the booth? What's her name? The beautiful
Colby Smulders.
Colby Smulders. Yeah.
Yes.
Colby's in there. Who smulders
Yes.
like a charcoal briquette.
And you know what? The thing, too, about the DC characters is that, at least for me, I have more of a affinity and relationship with those characters
Me too.
than I do all these Avengers
yeah,
characters.
the
Because,
Hulk and all that
let's be
bullshit.
honest, and until the Avengers movies came out, until the... Yes,
I'm just
product
checking
placement.
it out. No,
until the...
he has a urine bottle here.
I do.
So, yeah.
Until the success of Iron Man,
Right.
Iron Man and all the Avengers characters, for the most
Well,
part,
the Spider-Man
they were
movies too.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying a lot of the Avengers were more bottom tiered. The Avengers was not a huge property until the movies came out.
No, that's
now
true.
they're big shit.
They
But
are
they
big
weren't
shit.
always like
Yeah,
that.
you're absolutely right.
Spider-Man and Captain America were really the biggest guys in that club. You know?
Well, no, the Hulk
and Hulk,
was, the Hulk
and Hulk
was-
too, of course.
Yeah, I think it was the Hulk and Spider-Man.
But
I don't
Iron
think Captain
Man,
America was much
Iron
of
Man
nothing.
wasn't a hit until 2008.
Yeah, until Robert Downey came into the.
Anyway, let's move on.
We
We
gotta
spent
move
a lot
on.
of time.
I do want to hear about Tulip Fever.
Yes, Tulip Fever.
With what's her name?
I'm going to do this. I'll do it pretty succinctly.
Okay.
Tulip Fever came out on video recently with Alicia Vikander,
Yes.
Christoph Waltz,
Yeah.
Dane DeHaan, who's an actor that we just saw recently in Valerian. He was also in A Cure for Wellness, which
I
we
like
saw
him
this
very
year.
much. He's
Very
a
busy
weird-looking kid.
Yeah.
He's got eyes on the side of his
He's
head.
a very busy young actor who's
weird
very
looking guy.
good.
No, he's very good.
Also in this film, in a kind of a bizarre supporting role, is Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no
yeah.
kidding.
So Tulip Fever takes place
It's a period piece.
a period piece. It's a miserable time period. I think it was
Yeah.
1634 in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So it's not the most appealing place to be. The
Okay.
wardrobe is very, very, very period. They had the collars like Shakespeare wore. It almost looks like they're wearing a doily on their
I know,
necks.
you had to stick a big
Yeah.
tampon right on it.
So the story is simple. Lisa Vikander is a very beautiful young woman who grows up.
She's not just playing one.
She is one. Yes.
She is one
Yes.
in real life.
She's in an orphanage run by Judi Dench, who's a nun. It's like a
Judy's in the movie?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
it's a nunnery / orphanage.
Can't get none, don't want none, ain't
Exactly.
got none.
Yeah. And then Christoph Waltz is a very successful local
Right.
businessman.
He's the evil guy.
Actually, he's not evil at all.
Oh, I thought he
He
was.
is not a villain in this movie.
Oh, you're kidding.
No. If you can say he's anything, he's just an older guy who buys a young girl to be his wife But he doesn't mistreat her.
Why can't I do that?
You should, I know. He doesn't mistreat her. If he's guilty of anything, it's just being past his prime as a human being.
I know that.
But he's a rich
wow.
guy who can buy whatever he wants.
That's what I want to do.
And so she obviously is doing her best to be a wife and to provide him with a child. They can't have a kid for whatever reason.
For whatever.
It's there's more backstory to that. Doesn't matter.
Well, let's get into
and
the
then
ambiance
the crux,
of the acting and
the crux of the film,
of the
which is
visual.
not a spoiler,
Okay.
is that Dane DeHaan is a young painter who's hired to do a portrait of him and his wife.
Right. And
She
he falls in love with
They
him.
fall in love. The
But
traditional thing you've seen a million
Yeah,
times
yeah,
before.
yeah.
And it's a love story triangle with some twists. There's another prominent character who actually narrates the film. She's the nanny, not nanny. What?
Okay.
She's the head. Not what's the term for the female butler that runs the house? The maid, the head maid, whatever she is. She
boy,
runs the household.
That was tough.
I couldn't think of the word.
Okay, you could have
So-
said what do they call the French maids?
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked
No,
what's
the
the name
French
for it.
maids are
I was
called
grasping
the
at straws here.
au pair. The au pair.
Well, au
girl.
pair is more of a nanny. Yeah.
Well, I think she had quite an au pair.
I'm sure she
Hey,
did.
but a hey.
But did
so
you like this movie? Was it good?
you know, I
mean,
liked it. I did love it.
It was a
It's
gloomy, dark
a little
film.
gloomy. It's
Yeah.
not for everybody. It really
Okay.
isn't for everybody.
Okay.
If you don't like period pieces, this movie's really not for you.
Was this homework for you, or did it get to
This
be...
film
Did it
was-
grow on you?
No, it was. That's a tough one. I went into it as homework. I ended up enjoying it,
Oh, good.
but I didn't love it.
Is it a yes or a no?
It's a yes for
The
Alicia
proper audience.
Vikander.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a yes for the actors
yeah,
because
yeah.
I love
no,
Christoph
you can't
Waltz.
go wrong with her. And you
I
can't go wrong with him.
No,
with
Christoph, you can't.
He's awesome.
I thought Dane DeHaan, he did what he could with this role as the painter,
Okay.
but I feel he might have been a little miscast.
Really?
And here's why.
Uh-oh.
If you're going to be a painter in a movie, right, that's
Yeah.
going to woo and fall in love with this woman of a very powerful guy,
Right.
you better be a Prince Charming. And I don't want to critique
No,
the
I don't
man's
think
looks,
that's- I don't think
but
that's,
I don't think he had enough of a charisma to
Oh,
necessarily be that character.
Once again, not the actor.
It's not his fault at all. And like I said when I prefaced that comment,
Yeah.
he did what he could with it.
Okay.
And I didn't
Under the director's
exactly,
direction.
and it wasn't a bad
The
performance.
director is
Yeah.
always
I just
the fault
felt
of any film.
to sell it a little better. I
Yeah.
thought they should have had an actor that has a little bit more traditional good looks.
Correct.
Not that he's an ugly person.
Oh, okay, cool. No,
And
I
I
like
thought-
the fact that he's kind of.
No, I guess it was realistic. I guess.
Yeah, normal is good.
Zach
I think-
Galifianakis was kind of comic relief. He plays his friend, a drunk kind of a character.
Okay.
Who I feel only serves a purpose to be an oil in the works.
I think we got to move on a little bit
of,
here. I hate to rush you though.
a
but
wrench in the works.
We do have quite a bit of stuff to
We
get
do.
to.
We ran
so
long in the opening of the
We ran
show.
long on that and Justice League.
But anyway, I will say that Tulip Fever, maybe check it out, maybe don't. It's not going to change your life.
Should I check it out?
I think being a fan of Alicia Vikander, like you
Well,
and
I'm
I,
a fan of acting. I'm a fan
I think
of
for the
well,
performances,
is it a well-made film?
it's very well made. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have any technical critiques.
Okay.
Other than it's just it's not. It's kind of a drag movie in a way because a lot of period pieces are.
Well, how does it feel to be on your own? How does it feel to be
Be a
a
complete unknown.
unknown.
Nice
That's
segue.
right. Thank you.
gotta pull out
because
a
the
Dylan
times,
tune.
They are a change.
That is a Dylan tune, right?
And with that,
Yes.
well, that line, the title of our next film called The
Complete Unknown,
It's
yes.
called Complete Unknown. Not the or
Yes.
It's Complete Unknown.
Yes.
This is such a cool film. Rachel Weisz is in this film, and she is the central character. And let me just say something. Yes, I am madly in love with Miss Gal Gadot. There's no question about it. Or Miss...
There's several that you like.
There are quite a few women.
Rosario
that
Dawson.
I love Rosario, and I also love Miss Sherry Labon.
You mean the Charlotte Labon?
Charlie Labon. I love you so much. You make me cry.
And the other one from
My
2 weeks ago you loved
croissant-
too.
My croissant gets baked. You understand? It gets
He's got a
baked.
list of women he enjoys.
There's quite a few women that I do love, and of course I have to live vicariously.
Monica
through
Bellucci?
Watching the Monica's on.
You like her.
Unfortunately, she's on the kind of the.
Oh, she's on the downslope of your
She's
list?
saying, yeah, well, she did. We saw her, of course, in the latest James Bond film, and she's still a lovely, lovely woman. There's no question about it. But let's get to this film very briefly. I don't want to.
Michael Shannon's in this film, right?
Michael Shannon's in this
I love
movie.
him.
This film is so bizarre and so wacko that I really liked it so much. Rachel really puts her heart and soul on the counter. You know, I mean, she just gives it to you right straight there, who that kind of actress she is. This is about a woman who comes to a party. It's Michael Shannon. He's Tom, and he's married to a very beautiful woman. And he's having a birthday party, and she is literally, she is an identity mad woman. She basically, she left Michael Shannon 15 years ago. She went to like Africa and she studied this. Then she went to England and she was a Japanese magician's co-worker, you know, the woman he sawed in half. Then she went and did this and went and did this, and she's all these different people. And every time she went someplace, she changed her name. She changed basically her whole character.
Yeah.
And she kind of came into this party, and they're saying to her, "What do you do now?" So she says, "Well, I'm a biologist. I'm working for frogs. We're studying a specific kind of frog for cancer use, etc." And you know, she's a scientist, and she really is a scientist, but it's almost like Catch Me If You Can.
I see.
Where there's just so many identities.
Oh, that's cool.
That she kind of takes this, you know, get on the merry-go-round and take this
and
horse.
Is Michael
that
Shannon
horse.
in support?
Michael
Chasing her?
Shannon was her lover from 15 years ago, and
that's
she just
right, that's
walked out on him.
I see. I understand. I'm
So
sorry.
now she's back at this party.
Oh, I see. And he sees her.
Right.
I see.
And they see each other, and so you know, we don't, you know, we learn, like as Michael Shannon does, who exactly this woman is. And they end up leaving. They end up kind of breaking away from the rest of the crowd because he's like saying to her, "Hey, Jenny, it's you from 15 years ago. What happened to you? You just walked out on me. I don't know where you went." As it turns out, there's an old lady walking along the street who trips and falls with her dog. Happens to be Kathy Bates.
Oh.
Yeah, and goes back, and they bring her back to her apartment. Who's sitting there but Danny Glover? You know, so I mean, it was kind of a star-studded little bit of a cast going on here. Just a small little film. Doesn't mean much of anything to anybody except somebody like me. But I found this film so endearing and so charming just due to Rachel Weisz.
Okay.
There is a loveliness that just
She's very captivating.
prevails upon the very essence of her soul that I find her just to be such a backbone of solidity. And solidarity when I see her on screen. I just find her to be such a grounded individual in every film I've ever seen her. And she's strikingly beautiful. I did go back and check out the Mummy movies, as I said. I watched all 3 in the last 2 weeks. With Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. And these are the 1999, 2001.
John Hannah.
John Hannah, right?
He's good.
And The Rock ends up being in the second one, the Scorpion King,
terrible.
of course, in that horrible.
He's lucky he escaped
He's all
that.
CGI, basically.
It's terrible.
He's barely.
When
in the
I
film.
saw that, I just groaned.
But you know
Awful
something? I
effects.
watched all 3 films. The third one wasn't great. Rachel got replaced by Maria Bello, so I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
But Jet Li shows up to be. It's called the Dragon Emperor. The Mummy meets the Dragon Emperor, or some bullshit. But regardless, Rachel is a phenomenon unto the acting world, and just as a radiant human being. And she steals every scene she's in. Michael Shannon's awesome.
He's
they
always
just
great.
have wonderful, down to earth.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite actors.
This is so beautifully written. The dialogue is so honest and fiercely centered, and you just feel the connection between these two people. I loved it. I really did. I give it a big. I'm going to go right into my next film, which is called The Villainess, which is basically based on the Kill Bill scenario. A young girl is under her bed, comes in, they kill her father right in front of her. She now is raised by her killer. Her killer takes her, but her killer then takes her and puts her into this school for up-and-coming assassins.
Oh, interesting.
So it's kind of cool. The opening of this film is by another woman who had also been at this academy for assassins, and she goes in, right, Hardcore Henry.
Oh.
Remember with the head cam? Everything is first person.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'll tell you something. You loved hardcore.
I liked it a lot, but I'm tired of the first person.
I'll
nonsense.
tell you though, I hated that. I almost threw up in my popcorn.
I was surprised I liked Hardcore Henry because it's so gimmicky.
Oh my God!
But I enjoyed
that
it.
film to me was just a puke on a bonbon stick. I literally was ready to just cash my cookies right into my Cracker Jack box, right into my Twizzlers, right. Holding my Juji Fruits up to the screen became just something else to focus on beside the screen.
Yeah.
And I always hold my Juji Fruits up to check out the color. Throw away those green ones, everybody. Nobody likes them.
I don't like Juji Fruits at all.
Oh, I used to love them. But they do pull the fillings right out of your teeth, so it's not such a great thing. But this movie is so hardcore. This is Kill Bill to the limit.
Yeah.
This movie is so violent. There are scenes in this I have never seen in my life as far as stunt work and just phenomenal fights on a bus. She's hanging off the bus, swinging an axe, trying to kill.
You said this is a Korean film?
This is a South Korean movie, obviously.
Yeah.
A little Kim Jong dipshit.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with this film. But I tell you, this movie was so cool.
Although he probably inherited his father's film collection.
There's a center part of the film where it gets very boring, and the young woman who, she finds a guy. We find out that the guy is a plant by the academy, and there's all kinds of back and forth.
That sounds like a spoiler.
You do get, it's a bit of a spoiler, but at the same time, it's kind of.
But none of them are going to watch it, so it's okay.
Probably no one's going to watch it but me. But I'll tell you something, I really like this film a lot. I only expected to sit down and watch maybe, I'll check it out. I sometimes, for this very show, I sit and watch something for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. This film I ended up watching about an hour and a half, and then I came back and watched the other 45 minutes literally the next day. So I was very impressed with the villainess. And it's beautifully made, beautifully shot. Bit of a boring segment in the middle, as I say, but if you really are a big fan of just ultra violence, this is Kill Bill to the max.
Cool.
And just a revenge film, I loved it. I really did. I mean, you just never, this girl gets hit by 3 different cars, falls off a building, she's still going. It's amazing. I really enjoyed it a lot. And let's move right now into the incredible...
I'm going to do a little flashback
1987,
here.
Little Mickey Rourke
for
you.
Barfly.
Yeah, Barfly.
Barfly. I've actually always wanted to see this film, so I was very happy to finally see it. I really liked this movie. I was really impressed with it.
Faye Dunaway, yes.
Faye Dunaway's excellent as his lover in the film, and co-alcoholic, you could say.
Correct.
It's just, there's that term, tour de force. But it really applies to his performance in this film. It's really
Mickey is amazing.
an outstanding performance.
In his prime, he was something else to be reckoned with.
I think I still like Mickey. But
I do too.
Back in the 80s, he was just doing some astounding work, making some landmark films. He's great, and I really...
What other landmark films do you feel he made?
Pope of Greenwich Village was big.
Oh, I didn't like that film too much.
I thought he was good, though.
Him and...
he did a film, I think it was probably after Barfly, late 80s. Actually, might have even been early... No, it was in the 80s. He did a film called Johnny Handsome, which was awesome.
Well, that was the fighter film. Yeah, he was a boxer. Wasn't he a boxer in that?
No, Johnny Handsome, he was a disfigured man who gets involved with a bunch of mobsters, gangsters.
Oh, I thought he was a boxer and he got the crap beat out of him. You sure you got the right movie?
Yes.
All right.
I don't remember how his character got his face all messed up. No, I think it was in a car accident. I don't think he was a boxer. In real life, he was a boxer.
Well, I know that, but okay, maybe you're right.
And then obviously one of my favorite films of his is The Wrestler. I love The Wrestler.
Yeah, but that was a brand new film.
It is, but I'm just saying in general, Vicky Rourke. I love that
8
film.
8 years old or so.
I'm a huge fan of Diner. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, no, that's a fine film.
Love that film.
Yeah, but he's... I'll tell you what his first film was, and he was spectacular in it, was Not Body Heat. Body Heat. Yes, Body Heat. That was one of his first films.
But he wasn't the lead.
Time.
The lead was somebody else. That's right.
William
he was a supporting role.
William Hurt, Kathleen Turner, Richard Crenna was in that film. But Mickey
Lawrence
was
Kasdan
awesome.
film.
Yeah, Lawrence Kasdan.
I love
exactly.
Kasdan.
Right. He wrote all the Raiders of the Lost Ark films.
Big Chill, another one of my favorite movies.
Absolute. But Mickey's, he's always been... I think some of his films are a little off, sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so great.
Angel Heart is good.
I love Angel Heart.
It's a good film.
Yeah, that's a great little film.
that was really good.
I do love that.
I like that one. No, I mean, I've like I said, I love Mickey Rourke. And this movie
he's great. Yeah,
this movie, he really just does a character. He really, you can tell every detail was was orchestrated, and very much the cadence of the speech was excellent.
Absolutely.
The limp, the matter, just everything, and his character was.
Charles Bukowski was a great writer.
Yeah,
he was
very talented.
He was a downbeat. He was kind of a underground writer, if you would. He was a cult writer. Yeah. And
would you say he's part of that Beat generation?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, right.
He kind of off the Jack Kerouac pathway.
Yeah.
You know, he just kind of went into that whole genre there.
But wrote about real life,
Bukowski
real
was
people.
almost correct, but he was almost more of a poet.
Yeah.
Rather than a Kerouac who just kind of
exactly.
You know, he was all about going on his road trip and just going crazy and doing crazy shit and stuff. But and Barfly is a great little classic gem.
And it's,
by the way, I don't know if you know this, but you should. Barfly is thought to be in France like the greatest film of all time.
They love it.
That is their Rocky Horror Picture Show. They will play that film at 12 o'clock at night anywhere in the city at any given time. It is like their favorite film of all time.
You know, it's very well made. Barbet Schroeder's a filmmaker. He's an Iranian filmmaker who's made a lot of good stuff.
My Life as a Dog, one of his big films.
No, that's Lasse Hallström.
Oh, you're right. What did Barbet Schroeder do? He did, I'll tell you what he did.
I went through his filmography in my head the other day.
He did that movie with Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway where they're set in the Depression era.
Oh, you're thinking of Ironweed?
Yes.
I don't know if he did that.
I'm almost sure that's a Barbet Schroeder film.
Why don't you pull it up?
I'll bet you.
He did a bunch of movies that I like, and of course right now while I'm doing the show I have a brain fart, but I know he's done a lot of good movies.
That's okay.
But you know what, the thing about this film, it is a depressing movie.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't depressed, but I'm saying it's depressing to just see these people who live in these bars.
Oh, God. Hector Babenco. Well, I got that one wrong. Zzz. Yeah, Chris will put this little... Zzz. Yeah, screw you. You got it wrong again.
That's fun to do.
Yeah, I bet it is. Blow it out your ass.
That just shows that you watch the Produce Show once in a while.
Yeah. No, I do watch it. No doubt about it.
But yeah, it's just a dark movie in terms of the...
So cool and so heartless.
The lifestyle of these people. They just waste all their time and their money in a bar, and it's so depressed, live in flop houses and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this film. The acting blew me away in this movie.
I know people who just like to sit in a bar all day and,
I was really,
that's what they do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was really captivated by this movie. And I love how the opening is just a montage of bars.
Yeah.
And then we get this awesome crane shot that goes into the bar, and then that's the last shot of the movie where it leaves the bar and goes back up.
It's
awesome.
Parton away. It's a Dolly Parton shot.
Get it?
Yeah.
No, but it's a very good film. I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it. 1987. It's also available.
I know it's a classic. It's a classic.
Amazon.
If you've never seen it, then you don't deserve to be alive.
Yeah.
But gonna move right into my final.
Finals.
It's getting a little bit late here. We're only at an hour and 5, so we're not doing too bad. But gonna go right into a little Francois Truffaut film. No, not Francois Truffaut. What's his name? I forgot it. Francois Truffaut.
Truffaut.
It is
That's
Truffaut.
what it is, yeah.
Absolutely. This is a film called Day for Night from 1973. It stars the lovely, the magnificent, the beautiful Miss Jacqueline Bisset.
Yes.
My God, this woman was in her absolute prime at this particular point in her life. There is no one lovelier. She comes in halfway through the film. She's cast as one of the people in the film. This is a very cool film, which I hated when it first began. I'm not kidding. The first half hour of this movie was, I was just
I remember watching this in college in film class.
Do I want to see any more of this bullshit? Yeah. Do I want to go on? Oh, it's too bright in here.
Well, a lot of French films can be a little...
As a semi-albino, it's hard for me to, endure these.
Hang on one second.
Incredible.
I'll be right back.
Well, I'll just keep talking to the audience, though. But good. Now that he's out of the picture, I can really talk to you folks.
Yes, you can.
But seriously, this movie is about the actual making of a movie. It's about people on the set of a film and what a director, played by the illustrious Mr. Truffaut, has to go through to make a film. And he is the director in real life. And he's actually, the whole storyline is about how, well, this person can't come back, their father just died, this light man has to go here, this couple's in love, but now they kind of broke up during the filming of the film, so they it's just the little chemical human elements of how a movie comes together.
Yeah.
And sometimes doesn't come together because of elements that fall out and make the film not that partisan bit of unity. And sometimes things just happen and make something very bad.
Yeah.
Much like our show here. That, you know, sometimes we suck, but sometimes we're really good. So, you know, it all depends on the chemical imbalance of, you know, that you've been, you know, maybe you shot up that day, maybe you fell off your tricycle.
Maybe you did your sheep or you didn't do your sheep.
Maybe I didn't. Hey, let's bring the sheep out for the final bit of the show.
Do it.
That's right. But did I like, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard about it, you know, but here it is. That's right. My amazing inflatable sheep. Now, this is, you think it's great? Well, it's not too bad, is it? And here it is. Yes, here's Ruffles. The amazing, actually her name is Gladys. You know why? Because I'm glad is here. I'm glad is here. That's right. Oh, Gladys. I love you, baby. I'm sure you can do a lot with that.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm sure
well,
I
we're going to
can.
put Gladys down now.
I'm glad you wiped her down before we brought her out.
No, I didn't, actually.
Oh, you did?
No, she's a little sloppy right now. Little sloppy seconds going on. Hey, hey. But day for night, did I like this film? At the end of the day, I liked the film. At the end of the night, did I like the film? I don't know. But day for night, I thought it was okay.
Okay.
It was not the greatest movie I've seen in the foreign film world, and you know you got to suffer through subtitles sometimes. And you know, I personally don't mind subtitles at all. Do you?
No, I watch,
We
honestly,
watch many a film.
every movie I watch, I put the subtitles on.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, because I find that a lot of these actors are mumbling.
They are indeed.
No,
well,
they
whenever
do.
you watch a Tom Hardy film, you do have to put on the subtitles.
No, I like to have the subtitles on.
Danny
Danny
Boyle,
Boyle,
film. Oh my
yeah.
God, forget about it.
Most British films.
No, not
They're
most.
tough,
The
some-
hardcore British films, you really have to put on the subtitles. One of the biggies, Hungry. You remember Hungry?
Hunger?
Hunger.
You
rather?
talking about with Michael Fassbender?
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
that was by the director who did
The guy that did Shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name
Steve
again?
McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
He's
How could I
actually an
forget?
African-American guy.
I know.
British.
Doesn't look at all like Steve McQueen.
He
I
doesn't.
thought, God, Steve McQueen resurrected. You know,
Yes.
they got those three boxes together and they created
They
this
did.
force to bring Steve McQueen back to
They
life.
did.
So, you know, because after he fell off, they're going over that fence in The Great Escape on his motorcycle. But no, it's actually a black man who is just a great director. He's really wonderful. He's got to be working on something now.
I'm sure he is.
He also directed, didn't he direct? No, he didn't direct My Life as a Slave, 12 Years a Slave, did he? Was that him?
12 Years a Slave was...
Wasn't that him? I think it was. I think he directed that film.
I think it might have been Steve McQueen. Let's double
Yeah,
check.
I-
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Steve
pretty
McQueen
sure you're
also,
right. I'll
because that
double
was his coup d'etat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That was his tout de coup. His coup d'etat. That's backwards, his tout de coup.
Uh-huh.
But it was his coup d'etat. So I'm going to give it a big, I'm going to give it a big one. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said to her. So, you know, that's where it goes. That's where
Yeah,
it
12,
goes.
yeah. He did 12 years, yeah.
He certainly did, and he's a great director.
That was a great film.
It was a great film. But Hunger, oh my God,
Great
what a
film, too.
Horrifying film to watch.
I know.
And
not easy to sit
oh
through.
my God, everybody lost 100 pounds in that movie. These actors took it
Yeah.
to the limit. You know, they're all going to get brain damage. You know, just like Christian Bale in that horrible film.
Oh, I love The Machinist, yeah.
I didn't care for The Machinist.
Well, I love it for the performance.
I love the concept
Yeah.
of the film. I do love the whole idea that he lost weight out of guilt because he ran down some poor young girl and killed her.
Yes.
And just out of guilt, and oh my God, he's just rail
Emaciated.
thin. You want to hang your coat
And
out.
honestly, that really takes a toll on your body.
You sneeze, you blow him into orbit.
Yeah,
That's exactly. He's so, hey, but a hey.
Yeah. Anyway,
But anyway, I guess we're done.
we hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. We
Don't
do.
eat too much stuffing.
Yeah,
Or do.
You know, you may if you like. It is what it is. If you've
You'll be
ever,
stuffing your sheep.
If you ever been to the inside of a turkey slaughterhouse, I tell you, you'd never eat. You'd never eat.
You wouldn't eat anything
You'd never
that's
eat turkey
mass-produced.
again for the rest of your life. I mean,
Pig,
it's just
forget
a
that.
horrifying thing to watch.
I've
but-
seen those videos of those things.
Oh my
Terrible.
God! You know, it's just horrible. But it is what it is, and the turkeys. They're.
know.
I wonder. You know, Trump is supposed to pardon.
He
a
did it
Turk-
already. I heard
Did
the
he?
audio. He did it today.
Oh, did he find one or?
Yeah, no, he pardoned a turkey.
Yeah,
And then he
his
did not-
name happened to be Roy Moore, though.
Yes.
But yeah, I bet he might just pardon that turkey.
I'm sure he will.
One never knows. But,
Anyway,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we're kind of in a strange world right now, aren't we? We really
we are.
are. We're living in a very tense, daily, life, and
where every morning you're waiting to see some
you're
horrible
just waiting to
news.
see what has this man decided to annihilate, and this week, what is he? I think he just does this as absolutely. I hate to carry this.
He just does it to mess with
everybody. He just wants to mess with you. He wanted to put it so you could go hunt elephants.
Well, now he retracted that.
I know he retracted it, but he comes out with this such ridiculous.
Well, you know why? He knows that the media is going to eat it up, and they
gonna
fall
eat
for it every
up.
time.
I know, because he's distracting from some other
The
horseshit.
best thing that anybody can do is to ignore him.
Exactly.
If the media decides we're not going to go cover any more press conferences, he'd go crazy.
Oh, he would. He'd lose it. He'd lose it, and
he
he'd
would.
internally combust, as he's beginning to do anyway.
Probably.
Because the old, there's a whole pile of
The vice is a coming.
There's a whole pile of ties on the floor that happen to be his Russian ties.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. He's going down. I think he is going down. The noose is tightening, and
I'm not going to hold my breath anytime soon.
Don't hold your breath anytime soon.
Because we are always disappointed. And then, guess what? Then we have a whole succession of turkeys underneath him that are just as bad, if not worse, in some ways.
And
who will actually get shit done. That's the sad reality, is that somebody like Pence will get stuff done that he can't get done.
Yeah.
And that's actually more scary. But it sucks. No matter what, we're screwed no matter what.
We are screwed no matter what. So listen, get yourself a little sheep.
That's all we can do.
And you know what?
Yeah. You know what I want to do? I want to freeze myself like in that movie Forever Young with Mel Gibson and wake up in 50 years so all this stuff is behind us and see where we're at.
Behind us?
Yes.
Well, all right, folks.
By that point, the president is probably going to be some rapper.
With that, we give you... Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or Mark Cuban. He wants to run.
Said
yeah.
That, yeah.
Now, all his buddies,
he's got a huge chin, that guy.
Him and Bruce Campbell could be brothers, actually.
I'm no Cuban.
They really do look like each other. But he's on that show that
Shark Tank. I love that show.
That's
a lot of fun.
It's a good show.
It's a fun show.
All the guys on that show now call him the Prez.
Oh, they do?
Because he wants to run and he's
got the money. What are you
in
gonna
2020, and he certainly has the bucks. So it might be a fight of the billionaires.
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
We shall see. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll see you next week.
We wish you the best and happy Thanksgiving to one and all.
Bye.
And that's it, folks.